Good morning, Vinyl community. It's me, JC, back again. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody had a great week. I had a great week. Did you have a good week? I did. It's the weekend though, right? Weekend, my favorite time. Chill out, hang with Carter, spin some good music. It's gonna be a great weekend. Can't wait. So you might be able to tell. Let me adjust the camera here slightly. Look at that. This amazing wall behind me of all analog production vinyl releases. Last week on Friday, I did the top 10 most wanted mobile fidelity pressings according to Discogs. And a subscriber reached out to me on Instagram and said, well, we know you love analog productions. Can you do the same thing for an analog productions? So this week, I kind of went on Discogs and crunched the numbers and tried to figure out what is the most most wanted analog production releases according to Discog. Now, keep in mind that this is not based on monetary value. This is the albums that the most people have in their want list. Now, I can tell you one thing about analog productions. And that is that they are some of my best sounding records in my collection, especially Folk Singer by Muddy Waters and Dave Brubeck, Time's Out. Those two records will knock your Aunt Connie socks right off. They are just fantastic. They sound amazing. Nora Jones sounds really good too. The entire Doors catalog. I feel like Mobile Fidelity gets more, glory because they do a lot of the classic rock bands, or they have in the past, where analog productions primarily sticks. They have done the Creedence catalog, they have done the Doors, they have done Stevie Ray Vaughan, but they kind of stick more to the blues and jazz, and then a dash of rock acts. But we'll see if they get more rock acts as we go along, as they gain in popularity. But the good thing about analog production is they're 100% analog. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give you the top 10 most collected according to Discogs. And I'll give you what the value is of those. But these are just the ones that people have in their want list that they want to own. And the number 10 is still in print, and that's The Wonderful Sound of Female Vocals. Now, this one here is a compilation of different female vocal acts. I guess that the story goes that these albums were originally pressed for high-end audio shops to demo, turntables and needles and speakers. But they became so popular that they decided to sell them. The low on this, according to Discogs, now keep in mind that the low could be scratched or could be warped. The median is kind of the average it sells for, and the high is the highest that it's ever sold for, which could be sealed. So this one's pretty reasonable, all things considered. The low is 58, the high is 85. The median is 85, and the high is 90. Okay, so that's number 10. Number 9 is Thelonious Monk Riverside Tenor. Now this one here, if you find this, buy it. Because the low on this one is 270. The median is 365 and the high is $500. So that's a good one to find. Number 8 is The Wonderful Sounds of Christmas. This one also is a very reasonably priced one. It's still in print, 25 on the low, 48 on the median, 57 on the high. And you can still buy that. It's still in print. I can tell you that it kind of sells out around Christmas, so order it now. Just put it away for Christmas. Number 7 is the Miles Davis Prestige box. Never seen this one. Would love to find it. $249 for the low, $537 for the median, $997 for the high. It gets even. Wait till you get to see the next one, guys. The number 6 is the Bill Evans Riverside recordings. This is a massive one. The low is $79, which had to have been completely destroyed, or maybe they were selling the box only, because that's insane. Because the median is $1,048, and the high is $1,219, and that was number 6. Number 5 is the Creedence Clearwater Revival original recordings. These are like the original ones with John Fogerty box set. And these are 45 RPMs, the majority of these albums, just so you know, guys, in case I forgot to mention. It's $365 for the low, It is $506 for the median, and it is $775 for the high. So pretty epic if you guys can find that. All right. Now, the one thing I'm going to say as we go through these, Analog Productions does not do anything special for their box set. They don't throw in books. They don't throw in like keychains or t-shirts or anything. It's just the albums. So sometimes they will sell the albums separately, and I'll point those out. So you might want to scoop them separately and not go for the box. But that's, that's my heads up of the day. We'll get into that in a few minutes. So the number 4 is the Ultimate Test LP. This is a record that they designed to test your stylus, your turntable, your speakers. And that is $35 on the low, $52 on the median, $69 on the high. And that's number 4. Now, the top 3 are all box sets. These are all records that they do sell individually. So yes, it'd be nice to get the box set with a nice slipcase, but I will tell you, if you're just more about the sound quality, you could save some buku bucks by just buying them individually. And you'll see that in a minute. So number 3, and I believe these are, for the most part, still in print, but the Stevie Ray Vaughan is extremely hard to find. But let's get to that in a minute. Number 3 is Norah Jones. It's her collection, her box set of her albums. No, the low is $78. The median is $269, and the high is $400. So that's Norah Jones. I got it right there. Beautiful albums. Great. Number 2 is the Stevie Ray Vaughan I was talking about, and it's called Texas Hurricanes, a box set of his individual releases. I recently picked up, as you can see, The Sky is Crying. Sounds fantastic. I know they're doing one-steps and mobile fidelities of Stevie Ray Vaughan, so the Analog Productions might be getting harder to find. But I can tell you, if you can't get the mofis, these sound terrific. So Texas Hurricanes, a box set of all his albums, and I believe it even includes the album with his brother. And that in the low is $125, the high is $265, the high is $494. And then number 1, you could probably imagine what it is. It is the Doors box set. They released a Doors box set called Infinite. Keep in mind that these are all in print. They all can be sold separately. The low is $108. The median is $573, and the high is $926. If you love the Doors, you really should buy these pressings. I can't imagine the Doors sounding any better than what they do on these pressings. They're 45 RPMs. They sound fantastic. If you're thinking about getting to audiophile, but you're not really a fan of jazz or blues, this would be the way to go, because they're familiar songs, right? We all have heard Light My Fire a bazillion times, but when you hear it for the first time with a 45 RPM pressing by Analog Productions, it sounds so new, and you hear so much depth in the music. Absolutely, guys. So there it is. Analog Productions, top 10 most wanted according to Discogs. All right, guys, I will join you Monday with the vinyl finds. I might do some contest videos over the weekend. You might see me pop up here and there. So hopefully we can do that. Peace. Rock out. I love you. Bye, guys.